Please be seated for a minute. In the heart of the Mass, we have that beautiful dialogue where the celebrant says, "Let us give thanks to the Lord our God." And we all reply, "It is right and just." So it's right and just at the end of this Eucharistic celebration, all based on our thanking the Lord, to finish with some thanks. We thank first and foremost Jesus Christ for his daily outpouring in the Holy Eucharist, in fulfillment of his promise to be with us always until the end of time. We thank him in a particular way for holding the reins from above, especially yesterday, so that we could have such a beautiful Eucharistic procession. We thank all those who have come to be with him and with their brothers and sisters from across the state of New York to grow together in Eucharistic faith, amazement, love, life, and mission. We thank our 12 great speakers who have filled our minds and hearts with their infectious Eucharistic faith. 12 speakers, 6 from New York, 6 from all over the country. Priests and bishops, women religious, lay women, and lay men, all in harmony, helping us to become ever more grateful and fruitful recipients of what the Lord gives us. We thank our musicians, Timothy Reno and his great choir, including today from Siena College. We thank the Franciscan Friars of the Renewal and Marisol Rodriguez. We thank the Sisters of Life, all of whom have helped us lift up our hearts to God. We thank our priests. Every day since their ordination until basically the day they die, they will give us Jesus in the Holy Eucharist. There are no thanks adequate to the Lord for that gift and to these men for their saying ad sum, present, that they'll respond to that vocation. We continue to thank them. We likewise thank them for their heroic hearing of confessions throughout these 40 hours, generously offering the Lord's precious gift of mercy. We thank our deacons for helping to bring us literally the Lord, not just at Mass, but in so many other ways, especially through the word and charity. We thank our seminarians who have served throughout these days. If, as we've heard during our time together, in the Eucharist we meet Jesus, the Savior of the world, then it's not an exaggeration to say the future of the world is in their hands, waiting to be anointed. Please continue to pray for them, that the Lord's work that he's begun in them might be brought to completion. We heartfully thank those who committed to adoration throughout these 40 hours, especially those who sacrificed sleep to be here throughout the night. We thank all our volunteers who have staffed the shuttle parking sites and almost every tent and booth here on the property. We thank our translators from the Leonine Forum of the New York chapter of the Leonine Forum, who made sure that all of us would have the opportunity to profit from every talk and homily. We give special thanks to Sheriff Jeff Smith and the entire Montgomery County Sheriff's Department, together with the New York State Police and other state and county agencies, who are all so helpful and whose cooperative spirit and problem-solving prowess made everything go more smoothly. We thank the Volunteer Organizing Committee that has worked hard since January on all the details to make sure our time together would be truly prayerful and uplifting. Please allow me to single out the leadership of Mark Ackerman, our executive director, who together with his brother Henry worked around the clock for months and who guided the labors of our whole team. We thank Julie Bakke and the board and staff of the Shrine of Our Lady of Martyrs for their extraordinary hospitality and generosity in allowing us to host this Eucharistic Congress here. Outside of the tabernacles in our churches throughout this state, this shrine is likely the holiest sanctuary we have, associated with 4 saints. And the board of the Shrine of Our Lady of Martyrs works hard to open this up so that we can all be enriched by this extraordinary spiritual treasure. We thank Mary Fay, our lector at this Mass, who helped out with too many logistics to count. We thank Anne Frame from the Diocese of Albany, who assisted with priest registration and scores of other tasks. Leslie Barkin, who worked with all our vendors and was in charge of all Congress merchandise. If you already haven't had a chance to stop by that table, please do. We thank Carmine Muzumechi, Gary Leonardo, and Michael Sheff, who helped coordinate our volunteers, and to all the Knights of Columbus who have helped at the liturgies and in so many other needed areas. Thank Anita Soltero, who coordinated with our speakers, Jillian Murphy, who directed our social media, Tom Doria, who worked on digital infrastructure and tickets, for the Matthew Ernest, Master of Ceremonies, for all our liturgy, so that they might be truly reverent and ordered. Thank Father Sean Paul Fleming, who, together with his team at the Cathedral in Buffalo, put together a superb program. We thank Kathy Behrens and Joe Zwilling, who directed all our media relations. We thank the bishops of the state of New York, especially Bishop Scharfenberger, Bishop Barris, Bishop Fisher, ordinaries who are here with us on behalf of the 5 ordinaries who needed to return home, as well as Bishop Gerard Colachico here, who together with Bishop Scharfenberger directed all these efforts. And to all the other members of our committee, without whose contributions these 40 hours would have been impossible. There was so much work to do, but the combined work made these duties lighter and sweeter. Renewed thanks to one and all. Please pray for them that God reward them.